How you doing? It's your old pal Melissa Joy. You've got some old t-shirts. Maybe they don't fit. Maybe you've had them forever. I don't know. I don't know your life, and that's okay. But I do know you've got a lot of t-shirts and you don't want to throw them away. So I'm going to show you something to do with them other than make a t-shirt quilt, which are cool, but you're not there yet. You're still learning how to make things. So I'm going to show you how to make a hat. You ready? Okay, let's do it. So I have this hat that I'm not sure where I bought it, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's cool. It's basically, it's a circle with a band, and it goes like this on your head, and it's super, super comfortable. I can tuck my hair up. I can leave it out. I love it. But I don't remember where I bought it. And I've got some old t-shirts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remake it. Now, what I did, or what I could do, is I could fold up the band here and then trace the circle. You're at home. You don't have this hat. So I'm going to recommend a plate. And it's about the same size, maybe a little bit bigger, but that's okay, because you're going to tuck it in to the band. See, plate. It's like I guess they call them dessert plates. If you have a lot of hair, or you want it to be real floppy, you can use a big dinner plate. Again, you're going to tuck it into your band. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to take your tape measure, and you're going to measure around your head like this. Okay? Go like that. My head is 23. So you've got your old t-shirt. You got to figure out how stretchy it is. Like, lengthwise, it's not that stretchy. Sideways, it is. But sideways is not going to have 23 inches. So what you're going to do is you're going to make your band, you are going to make it just a little more than 23, so that when you sew it, it will wind up being a little bit shyer than 23, because there is a little bit of stretch. Now, if you went out and bought jersey fabric, or t-shirt fabric, then you would have the stretch going the right way, and you can make it a little bit smaller, like an inch. You would make your band maybe an inch smaller. But we're, again, using old t-shirts. On the hat that I have, the band is 6 inches. And it's totally folded over, so the band is 12 inches. I had made a hat, and I did a band of 14 inches, and I really liked the way that it folded up. So I'm going to do that on this t-shirt. So I'm cutting away my excess, because you don't need it. Okay. There's 23. I'm going to do it to 23 and a half. Then what you're going to do is you're going to open it up like that, and you're going to put your right sides together like this. Then you're going to pin it down. So remember how I told you about the Bic Frixion pens? It's not Bic, it's Pilot Frixion. Frixon. And they iron away. They're rad. I'm not sponsored, but Pilot, if you wanted to sponsor me, I'm totally into it. Alright, so you grab your dinner plate. or your dessert plate. And you take a piece of your fabric and you put your dessert plate on there. And you go, why did I lose my pen? And you trace around like so. Okay. It doesn't need to be perfect because again, you're going to jam it into that band. So you take your scissor, cut away, throw into your scrap basket. You can get rid of your plate, but you're going to just trim it a little. Leave a little bit of seam allowance. If you had a t-shirt with a design that you wanted to put on the back, you would center it so that like the design was there. And that's maybe why you want to do it with do maybe a design with a dinner plate. So you're at your sewing machine. And what you're going to do is you're going to put your machine on a zigzag. This machine is a Brother. I also have a FOF. My FOF is getting serviced right now, and I'm picking it up tomorrow, but I'm making this video tonight. I actually like the Brother machines a lot for like stretch stitches. I think it does a really nice stretch stitch. So you go to your machine and you look it up, and on this machine, it is preset 2. So you set it to 2. Okay. So it's on a zigzag. You take your fabric, your band, you lower your presser foot, and you pull out your first pin. I want you to pin stuff because you're still learning, and it's just a good thing to do. Why not? Pins are fun. So, and you just guide it through. Alright, so I want you to check your band to make sure like it's good and that it fits and it's not too tight. I had made one of these the other day and it was a little tight. So you got your band, you put it on your head, you check it, and it feels comfortable. Like it's not too tight, it's not giving me a headache. You know, and it's going to fold up. And it'll be even cuter if you want it to fold up. You're going to fold your hat so that the right sides are on the outside. Okay? You're going to take your hat, right sides on the outside, the inside on the inside. You are going to open it up, fold them together, and open up your seam allowance like that. You can throw a pin in there for now. It's fine. Pin. You're going to take your hat top and you are going to put the hat top on the hat. Now here's the thing, is that since this is a band that folds on itself, it's fine whichever side you want to put it on. So you are going to take your hat and you're going to ease it into the band like that. So what I did was I pinned it around and I tucked my excess into the back. You can make it so that it goes all the way around, but I wanted to do it in the back so that it looks like that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go back on your sewing machine. You're going to use your stretch stitch and go around, and then if you have a serger, you can go around to clean up the edges, or you can use a zigzag stitch, or you could just, with your stretch stitch, because it's the inside of the hat, call it done, and then you have a hat. So I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to show it to you. Okay, so this is the hat. It is super comfortable. Like, It's not a vice on my head where I'm like, oh, too tight. I'm able to tuck my hair up. You can sort of see it. Because if you have longer hair and you're dealing with buns and ponytails, you do eventually lose some hair. And this will help. It is protective. This is the top with my little dart. This all came from a conversation with my friend Pam about what to do with old t-shirts. Eventually I am going to make a dress. I need to check around and see what t-shirts I still have, because I also do applique of t-shirts onto sweatshirts. And I also started a t-shirt quilt, which is almost done. But you don't necessarily need to watch me do a tutorial on it, because there's plenty of great tutorials on making a t-shirt quilt. So anyway, so that's the hat. If you want, I can show you how to do a striped version. It's pretty much the same. What you would do is, say your head is, it's math. So if your head is 24 inches and you want six pieces of alternating, you would go, so the 6 pieces, 6 times 4 is 24. You'd want to go a little bit bigger so you have seam allowance. So go 4 1/4, 4 1/2, and then you stitch them all together, making sure that your stretch is not different. Like one piece is super stretchy and another is not. And then you would build the hat exactly the same as I showed you. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you learned something, and I hope we get to do it again real soon. I'll come up with some ideas. I still have other videos in the works. You know, I still have my dye videos that I have to do. And there's some other tutorials I'm going to give you. So I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you soon.